detrimental disease called man cold. So bear with me. I'm going to have some heavy mouth breathing probably, and congestion, and it's terrible. Today's video is going to be killing two birds with one stone, maybe three birds. Killing birds with stones. Crazy. Part of it is part Project Sin. What did we get done on Project Sin for this episode? We got truck washed, outside of the truck wash. Pressure washed it, scrubbed it with some soap. Pretty clean, okay? And I changed the oil, okay? You'll see tidbits of that process. Second part, of course, we're doing the beer review, beer of the weekend. What beer did we choose? And third part is a bit of a rant, I would say you could call it. Put my hands in. Okay, so first part's over. I told you what we did on the truck. Project Sin. Project Sin. Okay, here comes the rant part. This may get long-winded, the whole video. Okay, might be a long video, bear with me. Alright, so yesterday's video I posted on a Nissan hardbody site. Okay, posted the video. Right, some folks liked the video. You know, it was a basic video. Okay, nothing special. Had one guy get on there being kind of a jerk. Kind of a jerk. What is wrong with today's society? Why do you gotta be a jerk about something simple? Okay? So watch the video. Call it Project. Okay? So this guy gets on there and says, hate to be that guy, but if all it is gonna be is a rust bucket daily, then it's not a project there, bud. If it's a rust bucket daily, it's not a project. Later on down the thing he says, if it's not getting engine swapped, axle swapped, jacked up, slammed, or adding boost, it's not a project, guy. Put it on bags with 18-inch wheels and custom bed and fender work, and it's a project. That makes it a project. So a rust bucket, first off, a rust bucket can't be a project. Okay? He was kind of a jerk. Went on to say, obviously you can't comprehend. Told me I couldn't comprehend what a project was. Okay? What to you is a project? First off, in the video I never said what I was going to do with this vehicle. Yes, it is a daily driver. But that being said, what is a project vehicle? Okay? To me, a project can be a rust bucket. Not that there's a whole lot of rust on that truck for what it is. Okay? When somebody of Jesse James caliber or whatever starts with a 1950 something Chevy, do you think that was not a rust bucket when he started with it? He did a Dodge Polara and he pretty much left the outside of that vehicle the way it was. Rust and all, patina and all. And then the inside was crazy. Guess what? That was a project. Okay? So being a rust bucket does not make it not a project. Then saying a daily driver cannot be a project. Okay? Okay. That's part of the rant. Okay? There's different levels of projects. Let's say you work at, my personal opinion, let's say you work for the stock market. You sit behind a desk all day long. You're a keyboardist, don't have very good mechanical skills and you own a Toyota Prius, you know what? That Toyota Prius could be a project vehicle. Let's say you want to go home with your kid and you want to put some, it's got steel wheels on it, and you want to put some aluminum wheels on it, fancy aluminum alloy wheels with some performance tires on there. You want to do some vinyl decals on it. That's something one weekend you and your kid put some Fast and Furious vinyl decals on that car. The next weekend you and your kid put a K&N cold air filter kit on it. That's the most mechanical thing you've ever done. That is a project. You and your kid did a project over the weekend. That is a project vehicle. Now then, could a project vehicle be something brand new? You took that Toyota Prius, parked it, put a LS1 motor in it, 1-ton axles under it, 44 Super Swampers. Is that a project? You bet. Different levels of projects. Now then, that being said, that's my opinion of a project. So yes, I'm working on a project. I even said in the video I wasn't going to leave it stock. I was probably going to do some custom modifications. Okay? So the rant's over on that. But unfortunately, I think as a society, we've got hung up. Today's generation, whatever you want to call it, older generations, have got caught up. We want to be angry or belittle people for stupid stuff. Okay? That goes along with beer of the weekend. Okay? Somebody who drinks Hefeweizen German craft beers belittling someone because they only drink Miller Lights. Somebody who listens to Cannibal Corpse belittling somebody because they listen to Florida Georgia Line. Someone who's Democrat or Republican belittling the other person. I'm not just talking poking fun. It's okay to poke fun at somebody and say, hey, that's some goofy music you listen to, or you know that beer is water, right? That's cool. But you got people that actually get upset about stuff like this. Upset. It ruins their day having to talk to you because you like a different football team, or you like football at all, or you like soccer, or you like this. You drive a lowrider, I drive a jacked up truck. I can't, no, we can't be friends. You drive a lowrider, I drive a jacked up truck. I personally have had both. I've had jacked up trucks and I've had lowrider cars. I've had shiny vehicles, I've had flat is where it's at vehicles. So, as a car enthusiast, I can appreciate that guy who has a Toyota Prius and he managed to hook it up with a K&N cold air intake. It's the first time he's done anything like that. I can appreciate that. Then I can turn around and appreciate a guy that tubbed out a muscle car and did an engine swap and put a Watts linkage in it and got it bagged on 6-link, whatever, blah, 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 blah. I can appreciate both. Okay? Anyhow, that's enough of the rant. Why can't we just be friends, no matter what, and appreciate each other? Now then, on to beer of the weekend. So in the back of this pickup truck, full of leaves, what was in the back of this truck? There was beer, cans. There was probably about 4 or 5 beer cans. And they were unopened beer cans, but they were about half full. Over time, heat and cold and all that stuff, some of that beer evaporated. But the beer that was in there, I didn't drink any of it. I tossed it out. But I went ahead and got that particular beer. Okay? Beer of the weekend is Natural Light. What? That's not beer. That's water. Imbecile. How would you drink that water? Okay? Talking about projects again, this here is a good project beer. If you're doing a project and you have your buddies over helping you do that project, this is a good beer for a project. I got the Natty pack with 3 extras. So this was a 15 case for like 7 something. $7.58 or something for 15 beers. Okay? I get a variety pack of craft beers. It almost cost me $10 for 6 beers. You think I want to spend that kind of money on a project giving my buddies beer? No. This is a good project beer. Accept me for who I am if I want to have some Natural Lights. Okay? Now then, that being said, I used to drink Miller Lights all the time. That was my beer. Then I started drinking craft beers. I drank craft beers for a couple years and went back and got a case of Miller Lights. And I got a case because it was quantity over quality for that month. Okay? It was July 4th weekend, so, you know, I was off for like the whole week, so I knew I was going to be doing some projects and I wanted some beer. So what did I get? I got Miller Lights. I'm going to tell you, the first one I opened, I didn't like it. It didn't taste right. Okay? Anyhow, I had one of these yesterday. It was pretty good. So, Natural Light, brewed in America since 1977. It's an Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri, not too far from here. 4.2% alcohol volume. We actually went, Steph and I and the kids and some other family went to the Anheuser-Busch tour in St. Louis for free. Pretty cool. If you want some free beer and a tour, that's pretty cool. They had the Clydesdales there. They show you the old brewery. So it's pretty cool. Alright. Basic beer. Basic light beer. As basic as you can get, pretty budget friendly. Okay? You want to have friends over to do your project? It's good. Not bad. Don't be prejudiced craft brewer person that says, no, I'm not drinking that cheap, watered down beer. If you're coming to help on my project, you just might get this. So based on budget beer, project beer, beer you'd want to have with a buddy, just for that reason, I'm going to give it a 10. Now then, if I was being a snob for the day and saying, oh, I only drink Hefeweizens and stouts and lagers and IPAs, that watered down stuff, that would be a 5. But no, today Natural Light gets a 10. Good stuff. So grab a couple buddies. You got a Toyota Prius that you want to put some vinyl decals on for the weekend project on your daily Prius. Grab you some of these. Be safe about it. Don't drink a 12 pack of these and then jack up the car and crawl under it without putting jack stands under it and all that. Be safe about it. Have one or two for your project. Okay? Natural light. 10. Over and out. Get you a project going. Thanks for watching.